This is Bruce Mouth's Manifesto for Growth. This was our first reading from way back in week 1. I think the self-diagnosed OCD inside me really likes the idea of having like a list of rules for life, or like just like a list of suggestions on how to live your life. If you think about it, growth and life are more or less the same thing. I mean, that's what life is. It's like growing and learning and blah. Some of them are reasonably self-explanatory. Don't clean your desk, stay up late, study, but some of them are really weird. Read only left-hand pages, not a practical suggestion. This reading is interesting. I don't know, when I first read it, I thought it was weird, and I continue to think that it is weird. But like I said, what appeals to me about it is that idea of having like a list of rules, or like a list of points that will help you kind of live your life. And I sort of think everyone has those. Like, I remember when I was a kid, my mum had this rule, which was you don't shake Coke. And that was like the #1 rule of life, was don't shake Coke. You can interpret that how you want. Some of them I don't agree with at all. Like number 18 is stay up late. Strange things happen when you've gone too far, been up too long, work too hard, and you're separated from the rest of the world, which is why I think going to bed is a really good idea, because I think once you reach that weird spot, I don't know, at least for me, when you reach that weird spot, it kind of stops being weird and it starts being a spiraling vortex of hell. You kind of just get into this weird place of not being able to function very well. And I think once you've reached that place, the best thing you can do is just be unconscious for a while. Don't clean your desk. Again, I don't like that. And that's not because I have a really clean desk. I don't. There is shit all over my desk. It's because I don't like that. I don't think that should be a rule. Don't clean your desk. What is stupid anyway. Ones that I do like this point where he says, don't be cool. I think that's very important. And that's how I live my life. I try not to be cool, which is very, very easy for me. Moving on. Like, some of them are just common sense. Like, number 1, allow events to change you. You have to be willing to grow. Growth is different from something that happens to you. You produce it, you live it. The prerequisites for growth, the openness to experience events and willingness to be changed by them. That's kind of common sense. I mean, what's the point of doing anything if you're not going to allow it to impact your life in some way? Now some of my rules, because like I said, I like that idea of having like a list of rules for life, so I wrote some of my own. Rule number 1, and this is just like the general rule of the universe, which is that if you attempt to do anything and you fail, the first person you ask to help you will be able to do it. And this is especially the case when you need to take a lid off a jar. My second rule, don't look at mirrors. The less you look at mirrors, the better you'll feel about the way you look. So again, how I live my life. My third rule, be bothered. And by that I mean, I fucking hate it when people say they can't be bothered. The moment you catch yourself saying, I can't be bothered, is the moment when you should be the most bothered, and you should endeavour the most to do whatever it is you can't be bothered to do. I think that's it. I think that's all the ones I'm going to talk about anyway. Hopefully, I've got 5 minutes of footage. Hopefully that's enough to edit into something usable. So, I guess that's like my first lot of responses to Bruce Mouth. I don't know, I should probably talk for longer, but I don't want to, because number 1 is really awkward, and number 2, I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to go and eat dinner. Okay, good. Bleh.